Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Unmute Your Mind podcast. I am your host, Rochelle, and today we are going to talk about letting go of what was and realizing what you have. So, this is going to be a very touchy subject for me. But it's something that I needed to get off my chest and finally just step into who I am. So when you go through situations in life, you never really know the destination. So when you're living, you're loving, you're giving your heart away, you don't know where that's going ever. You have a dream, you have a vision of what you want it to look like, but in real life, when you go through situations or even put yourself in situations, you never know the outcome until it happens. And sometimes it's happening and you don't even realize it until you lost the next best thing. So I'm going to be very vulnerable this episode. So, there was a situation that transpired. As many of you know, I am going through a divorce. So, in going through this divorce, so we were together 12 years in total and married 6. And again, we had the vision of what we wanted it to look like, but that's just not how it turned out. We have a vision of what the life looks like. We have a vision of what that person looks like. And that's on both sides. This is not one-sided at all. This is on both sides. So he has his vision of what it looks like and who he's living that with and how that person turns out to be. She also has her vision of who he is, who she wants him to be. And yes, the vision of how you guys want to live your lives, that could be a shared thought or vision. But the way you see each other in the future can turn out to be, I don't even know what word to put on that. It could turn out to not be true. And going through my divorce, it is letting go of what you thought and realizing what it is. Because for so long, anytime I ended a relationship or anything like that, I ended it on what I thought that person was and not who that person really was or who that person really is. So this is my first time feeling all of these feelings, and I've been on this healing journey is never complete. So I've been trying to relearn and rethink and do everything opposite of what I have been doing. So I started counseling 2 years ago. I started getting into journaling and making journals, and I started really getting into my weight loss and what that looked like. And I was starting to transform into a woman that I always see myself being, or a woman that I idolized. I was stepping into that role, and in that, a lot of things that I tolerated or dealt with in the past, I'm no longer dealing with or tolerating. And it is a very hard pill to swallow.
Mommy, I drink milk.
So that is the letting go
Mommy,
of what was, because
what's in milk?
no matter what 12 years is a long time. And 12 years is not something that you can just erase overnight. And especially when you have children together. So it's not like I'm never going to be in the same space or I'm never going to see this person again. It's um we got two kids, one who is special needs. So no matter what, we're always going to be in each other's lives. But now I'm transitioning my thinking and thinking in a way of, okay, yeah, you guys are, divorcing. Yeah, you guys are not together anymore. Yes, you do have to co-parent. Yes, you do have to see each other for these kids, but no, you don't have to feed into each other's emotions. No, um, you don't have to bog each other down with the husband wife role or always being there for each other because that connection is no longer there. And it's no, like I'm upset with myself it took this long for me to realize that. But I'm letting what I'm letting go of is not just the person, it's the life that we one was, we're living in the moment. And it's also the life that for a very long time I thought was the life I wanted. And we never just got to that vision. So that's why I said, like, it's not only letting go of the person, it's letting go of what you thought could happen. So then when you step into something new and you have this person who is literally on every level y'all match, like his vibration matches your vibration, like y'all just feed off of each other and it's just easy and it's just a feeling that you've never felt before. And it's only been a couple months. Like, it's scary and it's crazy because my body's tingling talking about this. It's a crazy feeling. And when you have something finally that matches you on every single level that you have always wanted to be matched on, and it's, I don't want to say it's carefree, but it just feels like you finally found that person who was chiseled out for you. And to be honest, I didn't find, well, we found each other. Let me just say that. So, and we were not even looking for that. That's the funny part. And over a couple weeks, it was just intertwining. Everything was just easy. Everything was, I can be my genuine, authentic self, and you're not seeing me for the potential. And you taught me that you see the person for who they are in that moment and not who you see them being in the future. And that's kind of how that, ties all the way back around to the letting go of what was just not the person, it was the vision. So now I'm meshing with this person who is teaching me to love him as he is right now because he's loving the person he's meeting right now. And when you try to mesh in your mind the two worlds and that person that you meshed so well with, you feel like the letting go of what was starting to kind of get in the way of realizing what you have. And you finally get that moment after meshing so well for so long and, that good feeling. And it really just ain't a feeling. It's just like the person you go to bed thinking about, the one you wake up thinking about, the one who text you and you not waiting on his text, he's not waiting on yours. Y'all literally texting at the same time. Like, good morning. Like, you don't ever want that feeling to go away. So then when it gets threatened and you start to see that that could go away, you don't want to lose it. So you would do anything to keep it. So, in going through this situation, and it's crazy that it's only been really, from last night to today. It's crazy how you can know somebody for so short a time that you feel like y'all have known each other forever. And you don't want that to go away. You don't want that feeling of when you're talking about that person, your body tingles. You don't want that feeling to go away because this person was chiseled out for you. Like, this is who you've been praying and asking God for. Like, it's finally here. Don't sabotage what was meant to be. So no matter how things move forward in the divorce, no matter how, he may feel about me, we are always going to be around for the children because we chose to have kids together. They didn't ask to be here. So they shouldn't bear the burden of both parents not wanting to be there for them. But that's where it has to stop. That's where it has to stop. That is a hard boundary and with healing comes boundaries. With thinking different comes boundaries, because if you're always thinking on the same mind wave, you would never have boundaries because you never had boundaries in the past. So when you start to think different and you want to be different and you want to change all of your ways, and you don't want to be that person who could easily realize what she has but still want to be in the chaos. Like, you don't want to jeopardize that, and I refuse to jeopardize that. I know this episode may cause some issues or something. I really hope that it doesn't. I really hope that is a boundary that everybody is willing to stay on. But this is a part of healing, is dealing with those hard situations in your life and finally looking at yourself and being like, what you gonna do? You gonna stay in, or you gonna go on to this, what you have over here that's every box I ever had on any criteria I ever may have had on whatever the boxes was checked. So it's like, which one? And at the end of the day, I am, for one, going to choose me, because I am the one healing and having to go through all of this. And I am the one that has to, make these hard decisions and deal with whatever comes with it. Like, but even in healing, and when you heal, you find out what you're really worth, and that you've always seen yourself as less. But now you're in a state, in a different mindset, to where you see yourself as more. It changes. And I'm not going to apologize for stepping into the woman I have been idolizing or searching for so long. Not only do my kids deserve to be happy, I deserve to be happy as well. And whoever I share my life with deserves to be happy with me in a different space. So I said all that to say I'm choosing me. Choosing me. But I'm choosing the now and not the potential. I'm choosing the now. I'm choosing the right now. I'm choosing today because I don't know who you are tomorrow. So I'm choosing to live in the moment that I am currently sitting in. That's what I'm choosing to do. So my end of conversation unmute journal prompt to you is answer 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 this question. What is a truth you're holding in that you need to speak to and let everybody know that truth? What is that? What is that truth? Because we all have them. I just revealed one. And to be honest, I feel so light. Um, I feel like a weight has been lifted. So yeah, what is that one truth you've been living with and you haven't told anyone and you've been fighting with it and it's time for everybody to know that truth. So that is your unmute prompt for tonight's conversation. Um, unmute, speak, live, peace.